Good morning, everyone. It is a beautiful Wednesday, at least where I'm at in Canada, Ontario, where the floods are no longer an issue, and we can get along with this summer, hopefully, with the start of summer. And another thing just crossed my desk, so I have to comment on it just because it has to do with food and virtual signaling, apparently. But we'll get into that. So there's a bit of a backlash over a virtual signaling gay themed BLT sandwich. Now, I don't know what a gay themed BLT sandwich is. I'm not familiar with the branding of the gay community in general. But generally, this is a good thing. I think sandwiches are always a good thing unless there's, some terms associated with it that are somehow negative, like a sucker punch or something. Who knows? Sandwiches are good. They're always good. Unless they're overpriced, then they're silly. So let's see what the big deal is here. A luxury sandwich retailer is facing backlash over offering an LGBT sandwich, which was supposed to be a BLT style sandwich, paying homage to the gay community. Now, if you're associating your brand or a product with another group that does not have, it's not a literal group you can point to and say this is the gay community. You're not. You're saying in general. That can go either way. Let's say you point it to the Mexican community. So not necessarily Mexico, but people from Mexico. That's a very general idea. You got to get that right. And if you're talking about food, you got to get that really right because you can't just start making sushi for the Mexican food. Mexican people. It's not going to work. So this is the gay community, and there's no food association between people with a sexual disposition. So you can do whatever you like. Make sure it's happy and colorful and fun and positive, and you should be great. So Marks and Spencer, they do. I'm trying to remember because they were in Canada. They're no longer in Canada. I think it's been at least 20 years since they closed up in Canada. But they were in Canada also for 20 years since the 80s. I remember because I'm an old boy. They do, I think, linens and clothing. I did not know they did food, or they were a luxury sandwich retailer. It's kind of like going to IKEA. You get a really cheap and delicious breakfast, and you can get some drapes, or I don't know, some bookends. Who knows? So they made a lettuce, guacamole, bacon, and tomato sandwich to celebrate a Pride Parade in the UK, which is great. I mean, LGBT. That's brilliant. I mean, that's fantastic. I would buy an LGBT sandwich. That sounds delicious. Little question about the guacamole and the bacon because I'm Canadian and I have high standards for bacon, but I would do that. I would buy one. Sure, why not? To celebrate a Pride Parade in UK now faces an angry gay community. And yeah, there's a whole angry gay community, aka a bunch of people on Twitter that is mad with being equated with a sandwich. Now, just think about this logically. A company is trying to sell a sandwich with associating themselves with a group, and they're doing wordplay, which is, I think, clever. I think this is all positive, unless, of course, you're a person who's very sensitive about that group or about their identity, and they have their own preconception of what that means. That's all this is. This is all people who think, well, I'm not associated with a sandwich. I'm not associated with a company trying to sell a product in a group I'm associated with. That's all it is. They could be selling sneakers. It doesn't matter what it is. They're just not going to like it if they're not have any affinity to that thing. Now imagine if this person who was a lesbian loved sneakers, and they were selling sneakers based on LGBT or whatever. They did wordplay with the product. They'd love it. They'd be like, "Wow, it's what I am as who I identify as well as the thing I love." But apparently, this person doesn't like lettuce. I guess they're not vegan or vegetarian. That's kind of surprising, but okay. Why didn't you make an ethnic minority or disability sandwich? Well, why not? Why shouldn't they? They'd be promoting that idea. People would be more aware of it. Maybe they could do some of the proceeds that go to those groups. I see nothing wrong with that. They're making money. They're giving people jobs. They're making something delicious. Why not? That sounds fantastic idea. So here's this angry person who doesn't understand what eating and money and having a job means because they're so wrapped up in their identity or what they think their identity is. And this is brilliant. I love the packaging. I would have loved it if the bread was also rainbow colored, but LGBT, you got all the nice diagonal lines, you got the rainbow colors, you got someone who's painting their nails. Oh, she's angry. Identify as lesbian, not a lettuce. Well, maybe they should have made a lesbian lettuce sandwich just for her. Maybe she is so vegetarian that the fact that they were pairing up lettuce and bacon is like, ooh, that evil bacon, that evil, delicious, tasty, oily, greasy, delicious, fantastic food group. Maybe that's it. I think that's it. I don't know. I don't know this person, but I can't see anyone getting angry over a sandwich. It doesn't make sense to me, especially LGB or LBT, BLT. I don't know. Marks and Spencer is a UK company, so they're very. I think the UK is a bit more sensitive to identity politics than the rest of the world. Canada is pretty sensitive too, but I think the UK go further. And I really like the wordplay. If you're going to come from the UK, who've invented the English language, and you're going to use an acronym to associate it with food as well as a group, I say that is brilliant. That is the kind of food that I want to help promote. I guess I'm so biased towards sandwiches. I don't know. It's just me. Here we have another person. Shame on the good folks over at Marks and Spencer. So shame on the good folks. So they like Marks and Spencer, but they're shaming. It's like shame on you, people I like, for turning our culture and identity into a sandwich. Again, they're not turning your entire culture and identity into a sandwich. They're promoting your culture and identity through a sandwich, and they're making some money off the top. What's wrong with that? Making an absolute mockery. Who's mocking the LGBT community? Imagine this was a group that one of my viewers might know. So let's say a gamer sandwich or a book sandwich or a movie sandwich. There's all kinds of promotions that fast food joints do or the movies do when you go to Burger King or McDonald's, the Star Wars lunch packs or whatever you call those Happy Meal deals. There's nothing wrong with that. It's something you like with something you like. Obviously, they don't like sandwiches. Or the fact that their group must be pure. No other groups can, even though their group is like literally a series of other groups, LGBTQ, LMNOP, whatever else is in there. And I don't think they speak for all of those people, of course, because not all these people are morons or completely stupid. There's literally no mockery. Okay, I don't know where the color scheme came from. I don't know how that was appropriated, how the rainbow is now associated with gay people, but it is, or the LGBTQ people, but it is. And again, it's all just color. There's nothing offensive about the rainbow. So, baby, you're a rich man. So, yeah, maybe she's offended by the price, which is £2, 80 quid. Used to be 8.50. Maybe it's not on sale enough. I bet if it was on sale enough, she'd buy it because she's not that stupid and she's obviously shopping, or these people are obviously shopping for food. And that's like a $5 Canadian sandwich, which I don't. I guess I mean, I love sandwiches, so maybe that's worth it. And it's promotion, so who knows? It could be a fantastic deal. I don't know. And it's marked down, so it's probably a day old as well. You don't buy day old sandwiches at full price. Just to inform these people, because I don't think they're familiar with shopping very well. And of course, we have Piers Morgan, who is the virtual signaler extraordinaire. He knows virtual signaling. It's cynical virtual signaling. So anyone who doesn't know sandwiches, this is how you do it. Gay sandwiches. Well, they're not gay sandwiches. They're LGBT sandwiches, Mr. Piers Morgan, as you can say by the branding. And plus, there's no mention of it being gay. It's just the acronym. And if I didn't know anything about color scheme or diversity or identity, I think, yeah, they're just selling a sandwich. Is there no cynical virtual signaling depth straddling companies won't now plunge to make a profit? No, there literally is not. They will do whatever it takes to make money. They will virtual signal. They'll be cynical. They'll be happy. They'll be crazy. They will make money. Shame on you. No, there's no shame. There is absolutely no shame in making money, in giving people jobs, and having delicious, fantastic sandwiches filled with bacon. There's zero. Now, maybe Piers Morgan and these other people are like gluten. They have problems with bread or deliciousness. I don't know. It's something. Something is bothering these people. I mean, this is win-win-win for everyone. You know, you're feeling good about buying a sandwich. It has bacon, and it just makes you happy. Look at this color scheme. It's like a flag of inclusivity. Everyone's involved. It's a happy sandwich. Now, there were some Twitter users, so again, this is not just all of Twitter, who were a little more charitable. Just heard the controversy over around the LGBT sandwich from Marks and Spencer, and I can't believe there was a controversy around it. Last time was over gingerbread, now this. So so I'm thinking they're doing it based off the season. So there's the season of the LGBT, which I don't know what it is in the UK, I guess it's now. But in Canada, we have winter, we have construction, and then on top of that is the LGBT. Like we have like all year round. So it doesn't really matter to us. So gingerbread. So I'm thinking like a gingerbread Christmas sandwich or something. I don't think Marks and Spencer are calling me a tomato. Yeah, they're not. They never did. Thank you, Samara. Of course, what an awesome name, Samara. That could be a horror movie, or that could be a really cool video game character. See, smart people know stuff. They're not dumb. They understand they're trying to sell you a sandwich. It's pretty basic. Lee Johnson, well done. This guy's praising the guys for promoting LGBT rights and to raise money. Oh, they're giving money to charity. I didn't know that. And don't forget the smaller local charities also doing a great job like those mentioned. Okay, this is probably a season, so everyone knows it's the season of LGBT, and other groups are doing this too. And he's like, hey, good stuff. They're promoting awareness. Fantastic. Why not? So here's a guy who's taking a positive spin because that's how normal people would. They see it as a product, and it's colorful, and it's delicious, and it's not too expensive. And if it's a day old or two, you'll get it at half price or lower price. That's just called good shopping. This guy knows his stuff. And he's like, hey, wait a second. I don't know what these things are. Has anyone tried one of these yet? Perhaps Marks and Spencer should add a quail's egg. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Jack up the price. Quail egg sandwich with lettuce, guacamole, bacon. I don't know how much more bacon they can put in there, but bacon's the main ingredient. And some sort of tea thing, whatever tea is. Just delicious. Oh, see, he's being a shopper. He's like, what is in this thing? I want to know more. You have my interest, Marks and Spencer. And here we have the actual statement from Marks and Spencer. So Marks and Spencer Food is celebrating Pride. They're having a celebration, and they want to give you this delicious sandwich. Again, unless you have some problem with bread or deliciousness, I don't get the issue here, but some people do. They just don't like joy. Has launched a special limited edition LGBTQ plus sandwich. Well, they didn't put the Q in there, so that's off-brand, sir. I want quail egg next time. So I don't like this negative. This is false advertising. You can do a lot of trouble here, sir. So watch out next time. A twist. See, I'm guessing the plus would be a twist, but there's no plus in the brand name. So yeah, you got to be. Maybe they have a second sandwich they're doing. QT, quail egg plus. Maybe it's like hot sauce. Who knows? Featuring a delicious combination of lettuce, guacamole, bacon, and tomato. LGBT. Absolutely fantastic. Sounds great. Alongside this, to celebrate Pride 2019, they're donating £10,000 to ACT, I don't know what that is, the National LGBTQ Youth, Homeless, and Charity. So not only are they donating money to this group, which is LGBTQ+, it's for the youth, so it's the youth LGBTQ+, and it's for the homelessness. That is a triple or a double, quadruple, quintuple, I mean, sextuple, all the, like, how many groups are you helping here? That's just amazing. And they're also throwing 1,000 pounds to belong to youth services for LGBTI. I don't even know what I is. Uh, iguanas, um, inclusives, identitarians. I don't know. But look at all these groups they're helping. Oh, people in Ireland. Okay, so the Irish LGBT people, even better. So AKT is a national homeless youth charity, and I mean this is great. This is just positive. Everyone's making money. Everyone's getting donations. Now, this is a flat number. This is not a proceed. So they've already done this. It would have been even better if it was like 5% or whatever percentage, so that you are actively, when you buy this sandwich, you're actually giving a portion of that money to that group. That would have been even better. So they're just giving a flat number. That's fine. They're still giving money. I mean, that's what it comes down to. This is all one big promotion. This is all positive, unless, of course, you're lactose intolerant, don't like bacon, which is, I mean, that's really sad. Wow. You'd really want to donate to someone who doesn't like bacon. Or maybe you just don't like happiness. That would be the other conclusion I can draw here. But what do you guys think? What do you think is the great or worst thing? Would you buy a sandwich if it had your identity associated with it? I don't know. I'd be pretty thrilled if I could go to like a restaurant and order my sandwich that was named after me and I helped design it. I don't know. That'd be pretty cool. But tell me your thoughts below. I do appreciate your time listening to me ramble here about sandwiches. And have yourself a great sandwich today. Maybe for lunch, maybe for breakfast. Go crazy. Have a good time.